How'd you sleep last night?
Slept really well. Probably one of the best nights of sleep I've had on the whole trip.
Oh yeah? Nice and quiet?
Yeah.
Getting used to your new bed finally? Kobuk's last day. Super bummed. He's gonna be hanging out with G. But he's excited to see her. Kobe's, you excited? I think he's excited. So, getting ready to head over to meet G. Then Daniel and I are going into Phoenix. Gonna go to the Tempe area. It's actually the parking lot I used to live in when I was living in the van working at the bar. It's free parking on the weekends. Like I said, if you are looking for a boondocking spot outside of Tucson, very highly suggest this particular spot. Really enjoyed it. Great food. I was half tempted to go in and get their breakfast buffet, but I don't eat breakfast. It's gonna have to be lunch. But just like I said, cool spot, lots of people around. All the people we met here, all our neighbors are pretty cool. You got trash, nice spot. So yeah, going to go meet up with G. Okay, Cobes is with G. Sad seeing his little head go down that way. He's looking back at us.
Yeah.
But Daniel's gonna drive. I'm gonna hang out in the back. We're gonna stop by Love's, hit up the showers, then on to Tempe, catch up with some old friends, and Daniel flies out tomorrow. Early.
Blew their engine, bro. I thought it hit this side. Multiple pieces.
Yeah, it's multiple pieces. There was one that hit up here.
I seen a big one right around here.
Yeah. Well, dangers of the road. Getting my seatbelt back on. Alright, showered up, got a quick nap in. It's weird coming out to the bus and not having Kobuk run into the door. Take a while to get used to not being around that pup. But we are going to head to the parking lot that I was living in Zep back in 2011 or 12. Tempe's changed a lot, but that parking lot's still there, thankfully. It's free parking on weekends, and we'll be able, you know, as long as we can maneuver in, it's going to be kind of a shot in the dark, hoping it works out when we get there. But if we can get the bus in, we can back up in a spot, and I hope the rear wheels aren't too long back to where we won't be sticking out too much. We'll give it a shot and see how it goes. Hang out with some old friends there in Tempe tonight, grab some grub, take it easy. Daniel's flight leaves at 7 tomorrow, right?
Yeah, 7.
So you need to be at the airport at 5. So you'll probably leave the parking lot at 4:30. Just gonna get him an Uber or Lyft to the airport. Then he'll be back on his way to Indiana.
Can you schedule them the night before? That way we know.
No, but there's a lot of them out. Like if you're nervous, you can wake up at 4, order it. Takes, you know, depending on where they're at, might take them 20 minutes to get there. Just get your stuff ready.
Well, I just hate to wake up and nobody be out running.
Well, you can wake up at 4 and see who's out running.
Right.
Because otherwise, what we can do is just call an actual taxi service. Because there's actual taxis open 24/7, you know.
Right.
So we can just play that by ear and see what works best. But
yeah, after I got the pizza, I was like, man, I should have went over there and to that little food place they got set up on the corner. But you got to sit there and watch for your showers, so I didn't want to miss it.
yeah. So the way people that don't know truck stop showers, midday like this, there's more people trying to get in, but you pay for the shower, then you get a queue number, and then they just call your number, then you can go in, get your shower. And when I went out, all showers were taken, and they were all, you know, waiting for people to come in, clean them, and get them turned over. But we'll catch you all in Phoenix. Well, this parking lot up here to the right, when I was in Arizona, this is where I lived in Zep. This is my home parking lot. The bar that I worked at was probably a 5-minute walk. So we're gonna see if I can get in here. A friend sent me a picture, actually the friend we're gonna go meet up with, he sent me a picture that said that it was free on weekends, so we're gonna give it a shot. There's a guy back here putting up cones. It looks like it's just in that area. Nice wide open spot. Entrance is good to go.
Permit parking only, it says.
Monday through Friday. So what I'm hoping to do is just back up to one of these. Actually, I think if I back up next to where he put those cones up, nobody's going to be going through there. Watch out, Prius.
You need me to get out and look at anything, or you good?
Yeah. I'll have you back me up.
To go directly next to the cones, or just
yeah.
Might be better. You gotta stop. Better off going in the street a little bit.
This bus is definitely going to be testing me in terms of parking, but getting more confident every day. But the more confident you get, the more likely you're going to eventually make a bad decision. Just back me up to the cement. Yeah, we'd definitely be sticking out. Well,
you're at 2 spots like that, but
I don't think it really matters. Well, this is home. Ready for your last night in Arizona?
oh yeah.
Last night for the trip? Where you want to go?
I don't know. This is your stomping grounds, man. You'll just have to show me around.
Yes, sir. All right, let's do this. All right, so what I thought was going to be bad news because they're putting these up ended up being good because the bus sticks out a decent amount. So we're going over here. ASU's campus is over there about a quarter mile. This is all off-campus student housing. The bars are tucked behind this building in front of that building, if that makes any sense. Old Zep 2 looking like a beast. So walking through campus, this whole building right here, when I was here, was just a parking lot. It was just a flat parking lot. Those are probably 3-year-old apartments. The bar we're eventually going to, it's right up there, it's Pedal House. The owner of the bar that I used to work at sold all his assets, all the other bars, all his stake. Or I think he did partial stake in a couple other bars. But anyways, he just went hardcore on that one, made that into a nice bar. W6 Apartments, some of the nicest apartments on ASU. Dirk's Bentley Whiskey Row is right here. And the bar I used to work at used to be called Canteen, now it's El Jefe. And here is Pedal House. This is where my friend Matt should be working. He's a bartender here, bartends in the lower 48, bartends up in Alaska. What'd you get, Daniel?
Got that beer blanca.
Fancy. So there's my friend Matt. He just started 3 days ago. He's just kind of freelancing around the different bars here because we have connections at all the different bars. So he's working. Matt, say what's up, bub.
What's up?
All right, so this is Matt. He's actually the reason why I started working here in Arizona to begin with. Basically, this guy spends his summers up in Alaska bartending, and down here in beautiful Arizona. Just give you a view. So you're pretty much living the life, man.
Yeah, it's a good time.
So you remember when I used to live in the parking lot where we're heading now to see the bus? It's kind of crazy to think about the progression. As I drove in the bus, it's crazy to think that I first came here in ZEP 1, now I'm living in ZEP 2. So it's just been a progression over what, the last 6 years? Getting
Maybe
the class
7.
Was it 7? Do you remember what year that was?
Yeah, so we first came down here. So I first came down here in 2011. And then a few months later, you were in Indiana. And you were working at Sports Bar, right?
Yeah, good old Bloomington.
And you were like, hey, I'm thinking about going to Arizona if you're going down there. And so I think you got here right around it was winter time in 2012, I thought. It might have been fall 2012.
It might have been.
Or no, then it would be 2011.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember the first big shift I worked at Canteen was New Year's.
New Year's, yeah. So you came down fall of 2011.
That's right, because it was snowing up in the mountains.
Yeah.
That's right, I forgot. So yeah, it's more like 7 years.
Yeah.
So it's been a long progression. A couple different rigs, and now he's going to see the bus for the first time. So Matt is going to pick up his wife, and then Daniel and I are going to Culinary Dropout. It's a pretty cool spot. Has games, a bunch of good beer. Be the last spot of the night before Daniel has to get up at 4 in the morning. So what's our new business venture, Daniel?
Scooters.
We've seen a lot of people picking up scooters. We're gonna build a bus. That's what we should do, is just build get a bus.
Well, you could honestly get a truck and just put some, you know how they got the post in the bed, you could just build a rail around that and pile them in the truck.
That's true. So Daniel is all packed up, ready to go. You excited for your first flight?
Oh yeah, should be fun.
I think that's your Uber right there. Yep, that's Veronica. I text her through the Lyft app. It's a Lyft, sorry, not an Uber. said we're in the RV. I didn't want her to cancel because I said we're in a school bus. So go ahead and pop out. See you, bud.
See ya. Thanks for everything again.
Glad you had a good time.
Yes, it was good, man.
If you need anything, just let me know.
Alright.
See you, bud.
Yep, take her easy, man.
There goes Daniel.